All right, welcome to our podcast. We haven't been with you guys in a couple of weeks, so we've missed you. Just want to get some information out to you. This is going to be a pretty short podcast today. We got some schedule changes, a big schedule change November 18th. We are not doing our leadership trip. I discovered that that's a band competition, and there's some other things going on. There's a women's ministry event going on, and some of you guys can have the opportunity to do some fundraising on that day. So if you're interested in that, you need to contact Christy Miller, and she'll let you know how that works. That's November 18th. We're no longer doing the student leadership trip. We'll pick up the student leadership stuff over the Christmas break when we have some time to really sit down and talk about some things, and I'll go over that a little bit more later. Christmas trees. We're going to have those delivered the weekend of December 2nd. Want to make sure if you are selling those trees that you have all your forms in by that day, probably the Thursday before that, which is either December 1st. No, I'm sorry. That'll be November 30th, I believe, is when you can go right around behind him there, sweetheart. But anyway, those will be delivered on the 2nd. And I think some of you guys said since you couldn't sell trees, you're going to come sit with me that weekend, spend the night at the church. We'll need some of you to do that, so that'll be fun. And we'll keep an eye on the trees, and we'll also be in charge of selling those trees for the next week or so, or as fast as we can. Fundraisers for seniors, November the 17th from 6 to 9. We need all seniors who are planning on going on the senior trip to show up for that and help us do childcare. If you're not a senior and you want to help the seniors do that, let us know. We'd love to have extra help, extra hands. We have to have a ratio of students to kids, and so make sure if you're interested in helping the seniors out on that, you let us know about that. Give us a call in the office. Winter camp, still going February 22nd through the 25th. If you're planning on just going up on Friday, you need to let us know about that so we can make arrangements for that. And then the senior trip, right now, tentatively, we're looking at July 1st or 2nd week of July taking off, and I think we're looking at Florida. So if you're kind of catching up with us as a senior and you're interested in that, just let us know, and we'll give you more information about that. Some current events that have happened since I've talked to you last. We've got the Western Water Polo girls. They are going to the playoffs. Western and Union football teams are both going to playoffs. The Union girls golf, we hear, are going to state. And we're not sure about cross country yet, so we'll get updated on that for next week. Just want to say congratulations to all you kids who are involved in those things. And if we're missing something, let us know. We'd love to encourage you in what you're doing and let you know how that's going. Last thing I want to talk about, or the last two things. The first thing, go back to student leadership just a little bit. Let me talk about that for about 2 minutes. Just want to let you guys know that we haven't forgotten you. We're very interested in you guys getting involved in ministry, either in serving our children on Wednesday nights, serving our junior hires on Wednesday nights, being plugged into small groups, or helping us on Sunday mornings with some stuff. We've got some behind-the-scenes stuff going on Sunday mornings that is needed. And we also need to get some consistent worship teams going. So if you're interested in doing that, let us know. And then we got a couple of Sundays that we're not trying to fill every month. We've got 2 Sundays that we've kind of got set for the month, and we just got to get those guys on top of that. But we need to sit down as a leadership group and talk about the future of student leadership and what that's going to look like with the kind of changes we've made. And we also need to start getting ready. I know it sounds early, but we need to start getting ready for summer and the end of small groups as we go into summer and do our big group Wednesday night thing again. I know some of you guys will be excited about that. And what we're going to do this summer and how that's going to look, and then transition back in the fall, next fall, for small groups again. That's all I want to say about that. And finally, I just wanted to plug our new series coming up. We start this Sunday with a series called Lost, and we're going to break it up into 2 3-week parts. The first part is we're going to be directly talking about your friends who used to be involved in ministry with you, be at church with you often, and they were here, and now they're gone. And they're kind of lost to us, and they've kind of gotten lost in the shuffle. And we want to reach out to those kids, and we're going to talk about how God's heart yearns for those students and longs for them to return. And we long for that as well. So we're going to talk about that for about 3 weeks through the story of the prodigal son. And then after that, we're going to really focus on evangelism. The last 3 weeks will be focused on students who do not know Christ, students that you go to school with every day, and what it means to really be sensitive to those students who don't know Christ, and what that looks like, and how you can have compassion for those people, and then begin to reach out to those people one person at a time as we reach out to lost students who don't know Christ, and how can we plug them in to the body of Christ, and what avenues do we have to do that. just went to a great function last night for Young Life, and that is an excellent avenue to introduce people to Christianity and to Christ. And then beyond that, we want to draw them out of those large group things and those safety nets that they have, and pull them into the body and pull them into accountability groups, into our small group ministry, so that we can disciple them and encourage them in their new walk with Christ. So that's what the next 6 weeks are going to be about. We're going to be reaching out to people who once were with us and are no longer with us, and we want them back. And then we're going to focus on kids who have never known Christ, who have never seen the church or never been on the inside of the church. And how do we reach those people in today's times? How do we really just connect with those people? So anyway, that's all we got. If you got questions, call us here at the church. Email me, brandon@tullaryfbc.org, and I'd be glad to answer questions on the podcast. That would give us more to do. But for today, that's it. I don't think we had any birthdays. If we do, happy birthday, and I'm sorry we missed you this week. And we'll see you next week. Hey.